And we're live! On the Twitch.tv / the Xisuma, streaming the Hermitcraft Season 9 on a live stream weekend. It's early in the morning. Haven't streamed this early in a long time. Thank you for the bananas in chat. Mayskull, the Thinky, Thorgil, Noxybra, Baitandanil. Thank you for those bananas, letting me know that we're live. Stop burning! Let me help you with that. Oh god, you set me on fire. Oh. Well, luckily there's some water over here. Whew. I can cool off. Let's eat this rotted flesh. Okay, it didn't give me hunger. Not bad. We got a few things to do today, my friends. I repaired all of my tools, cleared up my inventory, and ready to do a stream. I've got a couple of objectives. I want to tidy up the inside here. Expand the chests a little bit, maybe. Put signs on them. And then out the front here, I want to build up this whole thing that we're doing with the stone blocks. No more sails. More sails. Very cool. Right, it's 1 AM in America. Lol, says Huno. Oh my goodness me! It's 1 AM in America! Oh, God. Imagine if you were in another country. It might be 2 AM! Oh my God. Time zones. Wow, so funny. So funny. It's Jens, thank you for 9 months. Alsev, thank you for 24, that's 2 years. We also got 2 new Patreons signing up. Professor P81 and Matthew Sidder, thank you ever so much for signing up on Patreon. Appreciate it. Morning X, hope you're having a good day, says Never. My moods keep going up and down. I feel like I might be on a downswing today. I think yesterday was a bit exhausting for me. Let's try and get a bit of tough into this build. I was very productive the whole day and then was just worn out at the end of the day. And Hermitcraft, like, it keeps putting a pressure. Like, I enjoy playing this game, but then you've also got to, like, get videos out. And it just puts this pressure on yourself. And it keeps catching up with me. And I keep, like, it's like a battle. You know, like, hey, take it easy, it's fun. And then it's like, no, I must make more videos. And yeah, sometimes it just gets on top of me. So last night I was thinking about the builds. I mean, here's another thing, right? Like, when this all came together, it was like perfection for me. This really was for me probably one of my best ever builds. Now, where do I go from here? Because the creative live stream that we did last stream, I wasn't actually happy with that build in the end. And since then, I've been trying a bunch of different build ideas and not really getting anywhere. And I really want, like, the quality to always increase, right? Rather than just do the same things over and over again. Hubflopper says, I love that build so much. Here's what I'll do. Maybe I'll tweet out an image of it. I'm making a note, by the way. And ask for some feedback. Because I feel like the farm that we're incorporating really compromises the quality of the build, and the farm itself is maybe not the best. Maybe I'm like diving too much into like perfectionist mode, if that makes sense. Like I'm overthinking again. It's so hard because I want to strive to like do amazing builds and improve as a builder. Yeah, I do get a little bit hung up on the things that I'm creating. And I'm not sure if they're good enough. You know? It's like a constant battle. Seven Lou, thank you for 5 months. Lucip, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. I mean, it boils down to like probably too much like self-doubt. I don't know. Like doubting what I'm building rather than just going with what I enjoy. But I tell you for sure, this build right here, I can't say anything bad about it. This just, I was so happy how it came together. I've just noticed a flaw. On that side, there's warped wood. On that side, there's not. I'll have to change that at some point. So, around here, what I think I want to do is build a sort of wastelands style terrain. And it'll obviously probably naturally give us a bit of a basement too. We got Gabrielle Lightning Claw here for 14 months. Thank you ever so much. And we got Dumpy5 with cheers and bits saying, "You're awesome X, just recently started the stream, but with your 2 years on YouTube now, the build looks great." Thank you, my dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it looks fantastic, this. The thing that I'm going to attach to the back of here is what I was working on yesterday, and I kept, I don't know, I kept like fumbling on it. It's a weird thing with me because I'm really aware of how my moods affect what I think and feel, and sometimes like you don't know, am I just in a mood right now? Or like, is this genuinely not working? Am I building this wrong? So I'll have to keep plugging away at it, but I think it compounds with the idea of like, hey, I've got to get this build done with this chunk of time because I've got a video coming up. You know, that's essentially like what I'm thinking on some level, and I think that's possibly the problem. Right, so yeah, with what we're going to do with this, like, putting stone everywhere is, like, throw in, not a crazy amount, but we've got to have some slabs and stairs to create little bits of height and difference. And I'm not using other blocks just yet because I kind of want to start with just stone and figure out where to put the other materials after. Also, I need to have a bit of a vision for where this is going. So let's actually use the ground level around here, I think. We're probably going to connect with that cliff there. That'll help quite well. So maybe we're literally going like that here, because this might be a little bit high is what I'm thinking. Grime Riper is here for 7 months. Thank you so much. And Dumpy5's here with more cheers and bits saying, "Okay, I don't need these, enjoy them." Thank you, my dude. Appreciate you supporting the channel, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Okay, let's continue with the placing of the blocks. So yeah, if we follow, like we'll put in slabs and stuff and whatnot, but over here I think just following the height of the floor is good. Alex the Sandwich says, "What's with the slow mode?" Well, chat is in whatever mode it's in for whatever reasons. My moderators have to have it in that mode, I guess. Fair enough. Okay. X, do you have a favourite thought experiment? I don't know that I have a favourite, but I like thought experiments. I like questions that get you thinking about various things, I guess. Do you have any tricks to do better building, please, says Shloki? Actively build. Build, build, build. When you're building, you're like, oh, my builds are so bad. That's great. Wonderful. Keep building, because they're going to inform you on the next things that you build. It's about having a practice. It's about keep building. I don't do enough building. I really enjoy it in this game, and it's something I want to do this season. You know, when I set out to do some building yesterday, maybe I wasn't in the right mindset, but like I said, it's the pressure that you put on yourself of like, oh, I've got to get this episode done or whatever. That for me is holding back the build, because I did this with like 0 time pressure, and really the pressure is mental. Like, I understand how supportive this community is and how, well, I tell you what, little bit of tough here and there will work when we do that. I understand how supportive this community is, but YouTube is a bit of a rat race. I don't know, I need to change my mindset on how frequently I'm going to put out episodes, I think. We've got a bit of terrain here that's going to naturally show us where we're building, I think. So yeah, that is looking much better. Throw in a few of these slabs. They do help. They do help a fair bit to break up the constant blockiness, I think. Yeah, I think they're quite important actually to use these. So far so good. So far so very good. Let's get a bit more placed in around this sandstone bit here now. So again, like throwing in that over there helped me decide like what kind of height we're going to go at. So it looks like it's fairly high there. And again, around this area, I think just following the natural terrain for now is probably the way to go. Leave the beetroots in, even though I'm not really using them. Also, I've got a hot cup of tea here. We've been streaming for 11 minutes. It just flies by, doesn't it? It just flies by. Let's drink some. My Gusta, thank you ever so much for 48 months. 4 years right there. Incredible. Becca11's here with some cheers and biddies saying thank you for the music blog. And Bits, I'm still maxing out my derp coins in the belief they'll be valuable one day. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but maybe one day something will come along. Thank you so much, Becca. Glad you're enjoying the blog. Gun301's here for 45 months. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm super excited for this season. The sea is so beautiful. It gives me vibes of the underground shopping district you did a long time ago. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Do you know what? I found a giant underground cave that was as big as Season 5's Big Dig. And I was thinking of maybe suggesting it and saying, why don't we have a shopping district underground? It's so big, everyone could fit loads of shops in there. And it could also be a really interesting challenge to build an entirely different type of different type of shopping area altogether down there. I don't know. It just presents so many opportunities to do things a little different. The old middle click coming in there. Alex the Sandwich, thank you for subscribing. Timmy C 1983 here for some cheers and biddies saying hi X, thanks for your great content. Hermitcraft 9 hype, indeed, indeed. Thank you my dude, thank you Timmy. Yeah, it's a bit steep this transition there, isn't it? Sometimes I think it helps to be on top of the blocks when you're placing them. And then all of those go in there. Sharu Manaru's here for 29 months saying overnight shift just got 1000% better with a live stream weekend. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. That must be awesome. Having a good old live stream weekend on your late night. That's cool. Build with the natural flow of the cave, says Claybear Gaming. I'm not sure where this cave is. Am I the only one online? I am yet to sleep this season. I have not slept in a bed, and I don't know how long I can keep that up for. I haven't even like sheared a sheep, right? And I'm just thinking, why bother? Someone else will sleep. But yeah, there will be times when I might be the only person on. I'll end up sleeping at some point. I had that thing early on where I was like, oh, I'm not going to die this season. And then I died, so it was like, oh, okay. I actually died at the skeleton farm, and it's kind of weird. Like, I died to a skeleton when they didn't have any way to shoot me. But I wasn't at the computer, so I didn't see what happened. It was kind of sus, but I don't know what happened. Russell Wood, thank you for 14 months. Liger Gaming, the one and only, here for 22 months. Appreciate it. And Victor Maximov here with cheers and bits saying, hey, X, just curious, which hermit is your favourite to collab with? I'm happy to collab with any of the hermits, really. In the past, I've recorded really easily with Ren. My favourite hermit to... I know who my favourite hermit to record with is. But they're no longer a hermit. So, you know, memories. Let's get some more stone. We're gonna need a lot more for all of this. I need to pick a point where I'm like, okay, that's enough stone. Now let's put in the other materials and try and give this a bit of a look. Because it's not gonna stay all stone. We're just gonna getting the shape and stuff in first. This is fun though. Like, I've always enjoyed placing blocks to create terrain, like the whole process of randomizing and whatnot. We need more stone in general, really. Let's go get some more. The rank, 2,100. Thank you for 4 months. We got Judge Xeros here for free, saying, hey X, hope you've had a good week and loving this season so far. Hope you have a cracking stream. Cheers, I'll have a cracking one. Yeah, it's been an alright week. I mean, it's to be honest, it's been a bit rough with what's going on in the world and struggling to just keep my thoughts in the right place and yeah, I'm on a bit of like an up and down at the moment. I can feel the swings coming and going. Here's another thing I want to do. I'm not going to put the leaves in like this randomly. I think we want to give all of the stone that's been placed like equal treatment. So we should make sure that around here there is plentiful amount of slabs and stairs being used too. And yeah, we just want to make sure that all the blocks, sorry, all of the area that we're building in is I'm struggling to finish my own sentence. Basically, everywhere we put stone, it all needs to have these stairs and slabs. So when we step back and look at it, it's going to, you know, make sense. Like we've done enough to get an idea of what the whole project's going to look like. Is what I'm trying to say. Let's take a message from chat. For 999 million channel points, you will reveal your face. Nah, that's just a troll. Did I just get that from the leaf block? That doesn't drop from the leaf block, does it? That doesn't drop from a leaf block. You can't place it on stone. Does it drop from the leaf blocks? They do. Huh. Huh. Honestly, this game just has so much content now. I've given up on trying to remember everything. I'm constantly looking at some sort of block or thing and being like, oh yeah, is that how that works? Dang it, I covered that in the snapshot. Oh, we got some gifted subs coming in from Johnny Kashira. Gifting those subs to Marxian, Ice Tier, Arena Snow, Liang X9, Flux242. If you heard your name being read out loud, be sure to say thanks in the chat. And we've also got Andy Lurks here for 3 months. X, you're absolutely shredded in those guitar videos. Good job on your workout routine. Thank you. I mean, if you want to get lean, it's not just working out, it's diet as well. That's the real thing. Speaking of diet, I'm starting to quite like this not eating as much thing. Like yesterday, so in a previous live stream, I talked about these ideas that I'd picked up because I'm always listening to podcasts about like self-improvement and stuff. And one of the ideas was that you need to figure out what time of day you're most creative and productive and like optimize for it. And for me, I'm like, I know it's the mornings. I just feel so like awake and stimulated early on, and then it just like as the day goes on, it gets less and less, especially after you eat. Especially after you eat. So yesterday, what I did is I didn't eat until like about 1 o'clock, and I worked out before, so I would have worked out later in the day. which I was kind of thinking, less energy. No, it was absolutely fine. And I felt really energetic up until I ate, and then after I ate, it became a bit more of a struggle for the rest of the day. And that's just your metabolism, you know, digesting food and whatnot. So it's yeah, I think it's a good idea to like pivot to this more. Don't eat in the mornings. Like get as much like work done early on, and then do all the workout stuff and eating later in the day. See how I do. We'll see how I do with it. Miss Cassie 3, thank you for subscribing. GoCap, thank you. Gobcap even, thank you for 24 months. Saying, hope you're well, X. Awesome start to the new series so far. Your Skelly farm looks gorgeous. Your slower, more organic pace is quite relaxing. Thanks, thanks. I'm glad you like the pace. FW Games is here for 34 months saying, who's your favourite music artist at the moment? Well, considering my favourite all time is Dimmu Borgir, and I've just been on a Dimmu Borgir binge, I'd have to say them. Although, I've thought about this for years, like re-listening to some Old Man's Child's records and writing some blogs on them, and I'm going to start doing that now. I've written the first one, and I've put on the very first full-length record, and I've realised that I don't actually know it that well, or at least maybe once upon a time I did, and now it's kind of like been forgotten to time, if you like. Like a lot of it sounded new to me. Parts of it didn't know. Parts of it I remembered quite well. But yeah, that's kind of like what I like to do with my blog, is not just like explore new artists, but like rediscover old ones. And yeah, I figured it was about time. Right, let's keep on keeping on. I think what we might try here, oops, is a big bulk of normal slabs. At some point we got to start putting in other blocks into the palette. I think you can kind of get away with just stone though, but it's definitely going to need some flushes of detail here and there. Have you seen Tango's Copper Farm? Craziest build, says Toasty Man. Yeah, it was awesome. I saw it. It was pretty dope. Amatured says, do you know the band Hacken? I know them. I've seen them live, and I've written about them on my blog. If ever you wanna go check out the blog and do a little search, you know. Short Insomniac says, I really like Windows 96 in terms of music. Everything they make is a bop, in my opinion. Didn't they only make one record? Because I really enjoyed that record that I listened to. And I'm just thinking, I would have surely looked up more after listening to that. It was a Vaporwave record. And it was awesome. And I probably would have wanted to have listened to more. So I'm assuming, I thought they only made that one record, but maybe I'm wrong. They've made a lot, dang! I'm going to have to put them on the list. Let me make a note. Made a note, there we go. Not Sammy of Catabor, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream we're doing here today. Yeah, I think quite naturally, if I'm just to follow what we're building, I mean, this thing's going to have to go. So we'll dismantle it. And then I want to pick up all those drops, really. But we can probably spare a couple. Not the sick beats. There are sick beats, yeah. Ah, take that, phantoms. Burn, burn, burn. That reminds me of something else I need to do that I've got to put on the post-stream list. Otter Bong, thank you for gifting us subs to Armand Harmies. Armand Harmies, be sure to say thanks in the chat, as we always appreciate the gifting of the subs. Need more of the full blocks. There we go. So maybe over on this side we'll try and keep the terrain a little more elevated, let's say, and then here we're gonna start to match the terrain that's already here now. It'll make life so much easier to do it that way, won't it? But here, do a bit of a shovel really, which I have. Is X the most viewed Minecraft streamer, says No Name Ninja? Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. And do you know what? I don't think I would want to be. I like our small community that we have. We can actually talk to one another, because I've seen some of those big streams and there's just too many noises in the ear, you know? Speaking of which, SaturnBot says, with some cheers and biddies, you totally don't seem like the type of person to be into indie-ish music. But have you ever listened to any Bon Iver? It's not for everyone, I'm just curious. I've heard the name, but I haven't. Yeah, indie, like indie music, the genre indie. I mean, indie is independent. Like, I love tons of small, more indie-oriented bands, but like indie, the genre, I've never been pulled into it really. Never been pulled into it at all. Arda Bong, thank you for gifting a sub to Olympian Hydra. Olympian, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Appreciate it. Okay, we've done quite a lot now. And at some point it's time to analyze. Yeah, I think following the terrain that's already here is a great idea, because it kind of lets us see ahead where all the contours are going to go, and we can probably just embrace them as they are. But then you can see here, this stuff's kind of high, and I'll probably try and bridge the gap a bit over there. I like it. I'm gonna put in a bit more though. Just a bit more here and there. And then put in... We got more slabs? Oh, we're out of slabby jab. I should really just take that thing with me. Edward G117, thank you for the Prime subscription. And Elamanaman, thank you for 4 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Will you be planning on making mega projects on Season 9? Says Lord Aldino. I'm going to make giga projects this season. I think mega projects are kind of dead in the water, you know. Because people are going to be like, mega projects. To answer your question properly, I just want to play different this season. I kind of want to slow it down, get back to a bit of the old school feel of the game, which for me means probably focusing a bit more on building and less on charging into building big farms and stuff like that. I got some ideas for some cool, you know, big scale stuff that we'll do later on, but yeah, I'm just not in a rush to do all of that. I mean, we just did like a 6-month season full of big projects, and it was just a bit too crazy, really. Yeah, here's another thing. Even though this bit of land is flat here, I can do stuff like that, can't I? And then if I want, I could even put a little bit more at this height. And yeah, this is the bit that was higher up that I was considering branching across. Okay, so let's think differently for a minute. I want to get this stuff to kind of retain the height a bit, I think. This season is so chill, I love it, says Lunar Razor. It's a really cool start. You know he's got a very cool view from their base. Corrales over there, just like, you look out and you see all the action. Let's get you from that angle. When, you know, I saw the seed before anyone else, obviously. And when I saw it, I thought what everyone would do was the same thing that I thought, is go off in this direction. Because there's this, like, mountain range around the lake, and, like, you could chop down the birch trees, and everyone could have had, like, bases all around this area. But only a couple of people went this way, and everyone went over to that direction, interestingly. That Christopher, thank you for 74 months, Evalex right there, saying glad to see you back to old school Minecrafting and less role playing. Enjoying the season so far. Thank you, my dude. Yeah, I think I'm done with the role playing stuff. It wasn't never. It was fun in season 6 and 7, and then like trying to actually make a proper go at it myself, it was just kind of miserable. I mean, the end result was amazing, I think, but like a lot of stress and hard work to make it happen, and I don't know, I just don't think it's what I want to do, really. Never really had a desire before it came here on Hermitcraft to do that kind of stuff, so I think that kind of speaks for itself. Like, if you want to be a storyteller, though, this is a great place to do it. Just, I kind of realised that's sort of not what I want to do. Yeah, there we go. We're working in a bit of higher terrain now. This just gives me a bit of like underground space that I might utilise one way or another. Should probably put some torches in here. Stop stuff spawning too. Right, okay, so I've talked so many times about like stepping back and then starting to make some changes to the build palette. We're getting there. We're getting real close. And we've been streaming for half an hour. It's amazing how quickly this time goes by. This is not the only thing I'm going to be doing this stream. Have a little bit of a list. Right, and then over here, maybe we'll just leave it at that. That's quite a lot of work so far. It'll also mean when we get over here and connect it up to this area that the stone wasteland thing can just kind of continue on. So I think what we want to go for, more than just throwing in random blocks, is features. And one feature that would be pretty simple to implement would be like a streak of tuff. So rather than just throwing in the random blocks, we kind of want to put them in with rules. Now, where we got these big like slopes of slabs, that's going to be trickier. So what height is that? Like, yeah, let's just throw in a bunch of tuff around here. So there you go, a little blob of tuff in that spot. Another place we might put some. Use way too many slabs around here. And down at these levels. Something like that, a little blob each time. Just to break it all up. We got Blurberry here for 2 months. Thank you, Blur. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a good time with us today. Okay, do I have any regular stone? I do. I do want to put some regular stone around here. 2. So that's one little thing we can bring to the area. I kind of feel like you don't want them everywhere though, so that might be it for now. Probably needs like some dead corals and stuff on it too. The Viking Dane, thank you for 15 months. Gun Rover, thank you for 54, greatly appreciated. Part of me is also thinking, like, I really do just like it being completely stone. But let's experiment. Oh, it's daytime. Experiment with just, I think when it comes to the andesite, let's not make it too obvious. Just maybe no more than 4 blocks in an area at once. Just little groupings of them here and there. Deep slate tiles will look good, says Lord Aldino. Well, that'll really introduce a different colour. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going for. I'm going to get rid of the blocks that I'm not building with off the hotbar. Let's go 2, 3, 4. And then maybe something up high that will be more visible. 1, 2, 3. Can't forget about these back areas either. So that'll be my little rule for myself, like 4 or 5 blocks together every now and then. Right, and then when I'm actually building it and not just replacing it later because we're doing like a little bit of a test. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, no, I think it helps quite a bit just to have those little patches in. But then we need to add features, and I think dead corals on top of these tough blocks would not be a bad idea. Let's go put these back in the hotbar. Yeah, these bits here are a problem. Another thought is like maybe just like start everywhere with stone blocks. Like it can be quite easy to just spam stone blocks on top of the terrain, right? But then it's a bit more work to come through, or sorry, while you're placing them to swap over to other block types. Derek C, thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate it, my dude. A water stream or something could look nice against the flat grey. Yeah, I was thinking like we did last season, we built a little patch with some wheat and whatnot. We could do something like that. I think it coming out the side of the hill over there could be cool. The best place for it would probably be down the bottom here, because it would be in the bottom of a bowl. So I wonder if we can build that out. Let's work on this back area for a bit. In fact, let's just try batching this a bit more with lots of stone. And then we'll put other blocks on top after or something. Yellowy Chip, thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not always going to look pretty. I should really bring a shovel out here. You should probably eat, says Whipper. I probably should, but I can go a little longer, I think. Speaking of that, okay, the rest of this tea, there's like a third of it left. That's gone. Okay, that went cold. I'm not drinking that. I've got some water here, though. And the Brave, thank you ever so much for the Prime. And Dakota01, thank you for the cheers and biddies. Greatly appreciated. Remember, peeps, to drink and hydrate regularly. There we go. Not Sammy off Catibor says, this might be off topic, but I would like to know what your process for your music blog X is. Do you listen via headphones or speakers? Are you doing something else while listening, like working out, or really just sit and listen? I listen always while I'm doing other things. I don't actually just sit and do nothing but listen to music. It's always it's always there on the go while I do other stuff. It's really weird because any other type of media, I find it like much more distracting or difficult to follow along with. Maybe listening to a podcast, if you're doing something mindless, is okay. But if you're doing something like creative, I feel like the music just accompanies it. And it's not a drawback, it like enhances. It's really weird. I feel like my brain has like a department purely for handling music, right? Like it can always just be there and not distract me from other stuff. But then what I find is like the blogs, they kind of write themselves before I sit down and write. So when I do sit down to write, the words just tend to like fall out. So most of the time it just takes like 20 minutes to write a blog. Because it's already been written in my head while I've been listening to it, you know, like all the things that I think and feel about it, they just kind of assimilate. And then I write and then it's done. Prutstend here for 21 months. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate your support as always. Hope you're enjoying the stream here. So yeah, not as much of the slabby type blocks around here, but it's kind of okay. You can sort of see, once you've placed them, where you need to come back and just put in a few. And then you put in a few and it looks pretty good. So yeah, where we got these bits of grass now, I feel like we're going to have to leave it, some of it, because it becomes the next bit of terrain. So this is like a natural border that we kind of want to embrace a bit more, I think. So I'm going to fill in all of this space and then that'll be the end of it around here. And then we're going to get some water to come out and like flow somewhere through here. Yeah, okay. I can see a path to like a air quotes completion, let's say. Let's put 15 more minutes into this. Oh, I can't sprint because I need to eat, yeah. And then call it that. I don't think it's going to take us too much more effort. Matt Ryder, thank you ever so much for 6 months, my dude. To anyone who's tuning in, who's not aware, today is a Hermitcraft livestream day. And that means that after me, Mr. Rendiggity Dog will be taking over with the streaming. And there'll be lots of other Hermit streaming. As always, you can go to livestream.hermitcraft.com and see the schedule and all that cool stuff. I might stream again tomorrow morning, by the way. I'd say it's quite likely that I will. But I haven't made up my mind yet. There's basically no one in the morning slot, the one after this. This is the early morning slot right here. So if you know, if I feel like it, I might just turn up and stream. You can see I was going to go a little bit lower there. It looks like, but no. Yeah, I was going to grab one other thing as well, actually, which was my shovel. You are the early burb, X, says Surprise T. The early burb? What on earth is an early burb? Right, yeah, so you see how there's this stone here? This is the bit that we want to embrace, essentially. So let's get rid of some of this. Get rid of this little bit here. And then fill all this in. But then at this level, kind of want to see more of that stone. I don't want to go too crazy with it, because we've got to make it look right as well, is the other thing. Which that kind of does. Not a lot of blocks and it looks good. And then here, the old slabby jabs. Need more of that, really, around this area. Yeah, that's not a bad transition, I'd say. The more hard borders, you might call them, like this over here, that's going to be trickier to figure out, but this certainly works. Oh, I'm out of stone again, dang. Absolutely tearing through this stuff. X hasn't slept one day of Season 9, says Lord Aldino. I know! Not one day. Not one day slept. There's your evidence. Why doesn't it show who slept, says Scarface? The game doesn't do that. Is why. It does not tell you. Well, it's one of these two, I'm guessing. Use moss, maybe. I kind of don't want to use moss. I kind of want to have a stone wastelands around here. I also don't want to go too low in this area, so let's use slabs now. Also, don't forget the occasional stairs. Yeah, fill that up with the old stone. Got to come back over here and do a pass with some andesite as well at some point. We do that right now, actually, just with a little bit of that. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, cobblestone. I haven't put any cobblestone anywhere, have I? I might do a bit of cobble. That'll probably come in when we get to the more feature-oriented pass, right? Okay, this is looking really good. And now we're just kind of left with this tiny bit here. So I think if I rip out some of this, might be a bit tricky, really. Yeah, maybe focus on exposing the blocks where you want the stone to start to appear. Like that. Now that kind of works, I think, for the most part. Just need to figure out what to do with these blocks. What happened to my stone? There it is. Also running out of slabs here. How about that? Dang. I think that works for all of this area. What do you reckon, peeps? Give me your feedback. What do you think, chat? Looking snazzy, says Andromacy. Needs moss. Peeps like how it looks for the most part. Lots of looks good. Love it. Sweet. Needs a path through it. Yeah. Actually, that's a good point, really. We need to work in a path. At least that goes that way, I think. This area here won't have a path through it. I'm pretty sure. What we haven't done is put in a tough block yet. Or blob, should I say. put a couple of those in. Right, that's at the slab level. There we go. Might make sense to like put the tuff down at the bottom each time, right? Because it looks a bit like, I don't know. You know, like, it's all about giving things sort of rules. Which sounds a bit strange, but it's like if you always put... Okay, they're slabs. If you always put your like tuff blocks in little down bits, then it sort of says something without saying something. It just kind of looks more part of the terrain. Like if at the peaks you always put more andesite, then it maybe just makes it look like it's a bit more weathered. Little rules like that, they go a long way. They tell subtle little stories about what's going on. Anyway, I might do that actually. It'd be not a bad idea. But next thing is the waterfall idea. So we need a bucket of water. Bucket of water, mate. It's science without the science, says the Chronos Theory. That's one way of looking at it. Oh, I had it on me already because it was in there. So what we want to do is have this water stream find its way. It's gonna end up redoing the landscape a fair bit. I don't like the idea of having the water just come out of the ground somewhere, like off this high bit. A bit of water comes out the side. I think I might leave it actually. I think we've done a lot here. I'll give myself some time to think. It might be more appropriate to plan it in advance with an area like this, right? Like if I dig this, you can see we've got a circle shape here. If I actually change it so it's more like that, and then come here, right, this could be a little bit of a depression where the water flows into. And so from out the top here, and we could easily manipulate that so it ends up having a little garden around it and whatnot, and that's what we'll do in that space. Yeah, that's going to work way better. Oh, that being said, this is going to have a building on top of it. So no, maybe not. Maybe we wait. Or I could open up this little bit. Yeah, I got to kind of wait until we've got a bit more of a build going, really. This space here probably won't be occupied. Maybe the water could come from this side down into it. Building on pillars. Yeah, it looks alright when you got something like that, right? But it doesn't when you got a big proper structure, and we're going to build a big proper structure in that space. Raven Echo 7, thank you for 2 months of support. Appreciated. We've also got Widder Shins here for 12 months, a whole year. Saying appreciate the streams and the company. Thank you for your support, my dude. Glad you enjoy them. We need to throw down some torches. Let's put that back. Put back our building materials. Oh, I did actually grab some cobblestone early on by the looks of it, but I never used it there. We need some coal. As you can see, I gathered a ton of materials. I have some coal already in here. What's the name of your music channel, X? Says Tombstone. Well, I got two. There's Xisuma Music, which is music reviews, and then Soulside Eclipse is my music channel, like my music. Oh, I'll take those jacket spuds. I can't believe it's already been an hour, says Izzy not in it. Yeah, time flies when you're streaming. It always seems to go by like quicker on stream days. I don't know why. Stream days always seem to be faster. It's just the way it is, I guess. It's just the way of the Hermitcraft world. Okay, that's reasonably lit up. You don't have to like spam as many torches these days. right? Because the light level works different. So that's probably good. I like the idea of maybe actually... Oh, do you know what? Brainwave, right? Oh, this is a good brainwave. So, I wanted to get away this season from doing symmetrical builds, right? I wanted to get into organic shapes and whatnot. Now, when it comes to exteriors, alright, I've reached a new plateau here. Okay, that's probably the best build I've ever done for a straight build. So I'm not going to worry that there's, like, you know, it's got symmetry and all of that stuff. But I do want to improve, and maybe the basement down there is an opportunity to attach, like the basement could just be like an organic mess or something like that, is what I'm getting at, you know? Anyhoozle, what we're going to do next is, I need to really chop some more trees down, right? And I haven't done much in the way of setting up a tree farm or anything. I've just been resorting to chopping down the trees that are nearby. Of which, those ones back there, I wanted to... Dang, there's a hole. I wanted to rip those out because the caves, or the way it looked behind it, looked really cool. And Iskau has gone and built a shop there too. Let's put some saplings down just around here. I can even grow them right now, actually, which is convenient because I kind of need some more wood right about now. Also, look at Scar's build over here. Dang, that's amazing. Oof. Fireplaces, aren't they? That's what they are. I remember a time when you never used to be able to grow birch trees side by side. It used to be... Oh, cub joined, I didn't notice. Yeah, it used to be that you couldn't farm them side by side like this. Anyway, how's the quality of my commentary been today? I can really feel the sort of early morning. Just I don't know, like the brain's a bit slower, which is funny because earlier I was saying I was my most productive, not for streaming, right? Like if I've recorded during the day, I've warmed up my voice, I've gotten in the groove of talking and thinking. You know, all I've done this morning is have a cold shower, do some yoga and get on the treadmill. Like, my brain hasn't woken up. I've just done the morning routine, you know? And this is like day 6 without caffeine. I cannot wait to start drinking some coffee again. It doesn't feel addictive. It just feels really rewarding, I guess. But the fact that I'm, you know, it's like, it's not craving it, it's just like, it would be so nice. It's the same as exercising, right? It's like, I don't crave getting on the treadmill, but I know if I go on there and have a little walk, I'll feel better. So like, it's like that. Okay, I'm definitely not a coffee addict. Emperor says that's the addiction talking. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It feels so different from... other type. It just feels like you're doing something really good, you know? I can go without it, so that's fine. Anyway, I'm going to be a coffee person now, I guess. I didn't know treadmills were so addictive. Oh my god, says Major Voss. I love going on my treadmill. Like, just a brief, like, just for a brief 10-minute walk in between sitting at the computer for ages. It just... really like wakes you up and gets you going. Yeah, I didn't expect to need a lot of bone meal, but then I didn't think we were doing this next. Oh, first stream day hype. Indeed. Ren's next, by the way, peeps. Not for another hour, Ren. Hope you haven't got the wrong time. Silverfall says, I hate coffee. Well, hating a drink is a waste of energy. Unless it's Monster or Red Bull. Then hate away. I mean, coffee, like, it's bitter, right? This is the thing, though. Where I no longer have, like, sugary treats and stuff, I've really grown an appreciation and a fondness for the taste of, not just savoury stuff, but, like, just other things in general. Sweetness is, like, sugar sweetness is really, like, bland. And, like, if you have a cup of tea with sugar in it, it kind of, like, overrides all the flavour of the tea. It just becomes like a sugary drink. So, my idea with stuff, whatever it is, movies, music, stuff that you can eat or drink, like, don't look for the reasons to dislike it. Look for the reasons to like it. When I tried my first cup of proper coffee a few weeks back, it was like, man, this is like really like bitter and sharp, and like, you know, like it wasn't sweet, so it wasn't like immediately gratifying or whatever, but you know, I finished my cup, I felt stimulated, and I thought, well, the aroma of it was really nice. Cub is playing shenanigans on me, I think. The aroma was nice. That was enjoyable. The smell. The whole experience of brewing the coffee was pretty fun. And then I felt really stimulated after, so I focused on those positives, kept doing it. And then after, like, I think coffee number 3 or 4, I started to actually really enjoy the taste more, because I wasn't expecting it to be sweet. I wasn't there for sweetness. And then I realised, oh, this is like quite a nice experience. And actually this bitter, you know, taste has depth to it. And yeah, it's quite enjoyable. I'm trying to get a few saplings back. We started off with 13. We got 17. That's good enough for me. I'm going to plop them down and then go to where we were supposed to go. But first of all, okay, I think the shenanigans are over. Don't know where Cub went, but he's gone. Never seen someone explain it that well, says Freddy. Thanks. That's just my take on things. Like, look for the good things. Like, for example, cold showers, right? I am so into cold showers, okay? And the question is, are they unpleasant? Of course they are. Like, no one wants to be plunged into coldness, but that you can find value in it. It's like working out, right? It takes effort. It's hard work. But there's reward. You see, this is like, this goes back to sugar again, because sugar is like instant gratification. There's a lot of stuff that's like instant gratification, but then negative consequences. Like eating a massive pizza, right? Pure gratification, but it's not good for you in the long run. But there's stuff you can do that's like the other way around. No gratification, but in the long run is better, like, you know, working out and exercise and whatnot. Cold showers are a bit more immediate than that. You see, a cold shower just really wakes you up. Like the icy cold, I laugh to myself. I say it's like the grip of death, right? Like you feel the grip of death. And it kind of is. It's like your body's sort of going, if you stay in this for too long, I'm going to struggle. Which is why it's telling you to get out. That's why it's so uncomfortable. But exposure to that uncomfortableness, you can increase your exposure with time, because your body does in a way adapt and become a bit more used to it. So that's your body like growing to it. But the real thing is, it just wakes you up like nothing else. And it's a useful way to start your day. right? Everyone feels a bit groggy when they wake up. Oh, I want to lay in bed. I want to stay here forever in this nice, cozy, warm bed. But you got things to do. You got responsibilities. You got to work. So how better to start your day than just to wake up as sharp as you can? And that's just getting in the shower and having a cold shower. And there's, you know, other properties as well, like it works out your cardiovascular system. It's like a workout for how your blood moves around your body, because your body's going, oh my god, lots of cold, protect the organs, and all the blood goes towards protecting your vital organs. So it works that part of your body out. But yeah, try it one day. Don't like put it on full cold. Just put it down low and slowly turn it down and try and endure it as much as you can. Raven Mad says, I have absolutely no motivation whatsoever. That's great. That's great. What you got to do is not think about doing things because of motivation. Don't think motivation should be the reason for doing something. You know, do something because you've learned about it and you know it's a good thing to do. Right? Can't rely on motivation for anything. I'm not motivated to have a cold shower. I just do it automatically. Anyway, give it a try. It's really great. Like, when, you know, slowly push yourself into that cold area, right? Go into some level of discomfort, but you don't have to stay there forever, right? It's just a moment in time. It'll pass. And it will wake you up. It will wake you right up. You'll feel the icy cold hands of death. and then after that you'll be ready to get going, right? It's so good. It's so good. In January I was like, right, you know, I do the occasional cold shower, I do yoga, like, now I'm really gonna do this every day. And since January, not even January, it was the end of, after Christmas basically, every day I've done cold shower and yoga first thing in the morning, and it's so good. It's so good. Like, you know it is already. You know these things are good for you. Like, once you make it a routine, once you take do I feel like it and motivation out of the question, then it just becomes automatic, and then you get all the benefits from it without really having to think about it too much. I love cold showers after workouts because I feel cleaner and it's nice to get the heat off the skin, says Kuriaz. Yeah, that's another thing it's nice for. Like, in summer, when it's really hot, everyone probably likes a bit of a cold shower, right? How does this stuff work again? Wait, can I not put it directly on leaves? Okay, that's a slab. Oh, I thought I... Dang, I guess I'm going to have to put some, like, moss blocks in the ceiling and then put the glowberries on them. Let's just check that. Yeah, look, it will go there. Then when I do that... Right. Interesting. Huh. I kind of want to grow... Wait a minute, then I... Yeah, okay. It's been a minute since I've used these. Right, so we can grow them to whatever length we want, but then what we have to do is we have to clip them with shears to stop them growing further. I'm really glad they added that into the game. We've got a few noises in here. We got Out Gene Genies here for 15 months. T-Bear, 76 here for 8. Stefan RBK here for 27 saying, Hail the Derp King. Did I miss the Mumbo prank? You did miss the Mumbo prank. He built this massive farm, and just for a laugh, we took it away and then put all the terrain back to normal as if it was never there. And he's going to log on and be like, oh my god, where's my farm? You know? Epic Mumbo prank, as always. I like cold plunges after sauna. Feels wonderful, says Nomad Annie. You're not doing a very good job of, like, you don't understand that that's not... Now you understand. I know Cub's probably actually watching the stream. So if he saw it or not, if I had not said anything, I could have kept that up for a while, and he might have been like, "Wait, is this invisibility potion working or not?" Epic Spoon, thank you for 3 months, my dude. Appreciate it. I came back here for shears, which are actually... Oh, they're not in there. So we want shears. Cheers, my dears. Then we need moss blocks. That was the other one. Shears and moss blocks. Cool. For a hot second, I thought you really did, says JDM. I guess it might have been harder to see those little elf ears or whatever they are. I really hope at some point we do something with the custom resource stuff. Like, I don't know what, but I'd like it if we could tie in like maybe a server-wide competition to having prizes, or like maybe teams with uniforms or something. Like, I feel like the custom texture stuff is cool. It's been used for like little novel things here and there, but now we need to find like something a bit more like Hermitcraft, season-wide, server-wide even. Okay, so if we want to add a glowberry, I don't want them too close to anything else. I kind of haven't really thought this through very much. See, I think what I actually want is for it not to glow. Oh, it's because I'm holding the glowberry. You know what? I really feel like it's maybe not that necessary to put them in here. Oh wait, yeah, there's the shears. Okay, that'll stop it. Then you see, now I need yet another tool. But we've got the old diamond hoe taken care of. That we have done. Liger, thank you for gifting a sub to Android 530. Appreciate you doing that. And thanks as always for all you do, my dude. Okay, so we'll have another one here. Yeah, I really don't want to add light sources up there because it's a ceiling, right? Honestly, I'm not a particularly big fan of this, but we'll roll with it. Let's go up one block higher. We'll have that one go a little bit lower. Then over here, I think I'm going to eye up, oops, that spot. Kind of looks okay. I think maybe 2 more in here, and then we'll probably call it that. Benny199, thank you for the Prime. And Mon, PJC here for 28 months, saying, after so many years of following you, what more can I say? Keep up the great work, and glad I can support you. Here, shout out to the mods who do an amazing job. Thank you, Mon, PJC. And as always, a shout out to our mods in chat. Feel free to show them some love. Remember, the chat is their domain over here, so please respect their wishes. Okay, now we need a bunch more of this stuff, right? Just do that. Yeah, use all the bone meal on it, I guess. Okay, and then I think just squeeze in another one over here. Give it a clip. Maybe a third one somewhere over that way. And that one I'm going to just have go there. Right, and that I think is that little detail taken care of. I don't think it really needed that, but it fits in, so we'll have that. Right, did I give myself a sword? I did. And who's that? Ed Network is here for 67 months. Evil X in the chat. Thank you so much, my dude. I say in the chat, you might have not even put a message in there. Right, tools and stuff going to here. This wood we're going to use to put in chests, and we're going to sort of start to figure out how this is going to work. Oh yeah, I need to make a modification here. So we want to get rid of that. And now that I have a sword, it doesn't really matter what height they fall at. I think I might put an extra glass block in here. So let's say... I'm going to have to... Actually, this is quite the modification now. I didn't really think this through. Okay, Okay, so if I grab this, it'll give me a whole bunch of junk. And it won't give me the hopper. I want the hopper, though. The hibbity-hoobity hopper. Oh, dang it. There was way more junk in there than I realised. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll keep the hopper going out at the same height. Dang it. Actually, it might make more sense not to. Look, stop spawning, y'all. Okay, I can do something about that. That tends to stop all the spawns. Yeah, so if I... Okay, if I have it one higher, then this one is... Nah, okay, so I've done that wrong. That's what I want. So I guess it'll be stairs there, slab here, something like that. Or maybe even a birch trapdoor. I am just ruining everything that I've created. That just is what it is right now. I need those hoppers. And I want to keep those. Okay, so we've got the hoppers. That hopper probably won't end up... Oh, gosh. Oh, dear Lord! Right, there's a reason it turns this direction. And we've just discovered that reason. Right, does that put the hopper in there? It doesn't. I'll take the bones. I didn't realise quite how many hoppers have gone into this. Okay, we've got a hole down here. Right, I picked up all of the hoppers. I wouldn't mind having those slabs. Okay, now can I make up for this tragedy? Uh-huh. That's what we want. So they're going to fall at that level now, which is slightly higher. And if we put... You know, I think one extra glass block might look okay there, but if we put a birch slab in... I say a birch slab, you know what I mean though, don't you? Okay, bones can go into here. Birch trapdoor. I really am a bit slower in the morning when it comes to streaming. Hey X, did you notice the colour issue in your video? You should check out your latest video at 17:26. Yeah, I'm very aware of it. It's just something I can't really help. You know, if it happens, it happens kind of thing. Right, let's put a trapdoor here. So they're slightly higher, they won't be able to shoot us. And what I really want is smooth sandstone. Which means I need coal. I mean, I could just take a trip back to the base and grab it, right? It's like the one block that I need. Could try and pinch it from somewhere in here. Dang it, let's go back and grab one block, I guess. Honestly, it's 4 in the morning. Dog woke me up to take him out, and I'm really glad he did, so I didn't miss this amazing stream and be a part of this absolutely amazing community, says Toby. Praise the dog, man's best friend. Love doggies. Where did I put all the sandstone bits? I know where I put them. No, that's not what I want. Smooth sandstone stairs. There we go. Dog Zor-El says dogs are the best. I might have guessed that from your username. X, do you have any pets? I don't. One day I think I would like to have a dog though. Yo, he read it. Shout out to my dog Bandit. Shout out to Bandit. I don't do shout outs here on this Twitch channel. Someone goes, "Oh yo, shout out me and my friend. We're watching." I'm like, no. But for a doggy, I'll give you a shout out. Doggies don't even understand what a shout out is. Yeah, I find shout outs really weird. Like when I'm watching, let's say I'm watching some sort of podcast or show where it's the kind of environment where they do shout outs or whatever. It's like, I don't know what this means because I don't know who this person is. They're just getting a shout out. I've got no incentive to like check them out or find out what's going on. I don't know, it all just seems a bit odd. This needs to be like back here, I think. I'm going to need to get that... There it is. This thing in the mix. Yeah, shoutouts just seem so like... I don't know. Okay, you've been shouted out. What next, you know? So yeah, that's me trying to stick to that pure diagonal. That's not going to work, but we do need that to hide the blocks behind it. I can't use a wall block there, so that's okay. So then maybe... I kind of feel like... We're gonna come back and change these textures up, I reckon, as well. Use some of the other... Wait, aren't these... Aren't cobbled? No, cobbled isn't rotational, it's the other one that is. Yo, X, can I please get a shout out to my mama, please? Ren, you're putting me on the spot. Just explaining why I do... Okay, shout out to Ren's... Shout out to all the mamas out there. Shout out to all the mothers. Thanks for giving birth. We appreciate it. Oh. Great. I mean, you can't say no to that, can ya? Oh. Anyways, let's focus on this build. I've still got a couple of bits of junk that we picked up. Right, that can go away. And we're not doing that activity anymore. What have I got? Oh yeah, I must have got this iron and coal just from digging out this space. So yeah, we're gonna try and create an organic storage area that's actually sort of automatic, if you like. So this hopper with this space, and I believe there is water behind that, so I'm not going to break it. It's going to have some sort of item elevator in this space, probably a water stream one because it's early. Actually, that being said, a dropper elevator isn't a lot of resources. So we'll have some sort of way of bringing the items up, and then maybe I'll make a trash filter, or probably a filter for arrows and bones, and then everything else gets trashed. I mean, I know you can sort of recycle some of these items and stuff, but it's never really worth it. So we'll have a double filter thing, and then it will come into this space. So it's about how do I lay out my chests, right? As we're not trying to make it. I could use barrels, but then they wouldn't be. That would mean more hoppers per storage space. That's another thing. Yeah. Okay, we'll stick with the traditional chests. And I think we want to figure out the shape of this room a little bit. It's going to be like a bit of a cave vibe. So we've got to open it out in directions or something. I mean, it's already a cave vibe in here, right? Just a darker deep slate cave. Kind of wish I'd kept the floor in at this level. That you can visualize a little more. Yeah, there you go. So the chests, I think maybe this comes out a bit far. Now chests are usually in rows. I think what we're going to have to do is something diagonal opposite the player, like that. Now that's not technically organic. I could then, you know, have that and then here, right? And the hoppers can wind around and make all of that work. But we want to do with what looks good. And really it's not going to be enough for that to play out on a larger scale. So I feel like just diagonal is probably the best we're going to get out of it. Might also be nice to have it kind of higher up as well as you come in here. So like maybe, you know, maybe normally elevate it by 1 block, but perhaps we elevate it by 2 here. And I think, does it need to be further? Let's look at how it lines up as you walk in. I reckon you can get away with 1 more over here. That means we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 6. Maybe we go for 7. Maybe, actually, no, let's go for 5. I've got to think about how much iron we're using here. Don't have an iron farm yet. Don't know when I'm going to build that. Just trying to take things a bit more easy, really. And I need to get those more of those builds figured out in creative mode as well. Because the one we did on stream, I'm really umming and ahhing about. It's just, I don't know, it feels like I fell into a bit of an old groove there, you know? The whole try and wrap your build around some technical project, and I'm not sure if that's what I want to do each time, you know? Okay, so we'll have a bunch of hoppers around the back here, probably pointing into the sides. This is all going to be 2 blocks higher, right? So let's make that so. And actually, let's put it back. Make it so, number 1. Let's put this back some blocks too. Oh yeah, there's a new season of Picard out. Haven't started watching that. Been watching the Last Kingdom with Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Always cracks me up, that. Don't know why. Do you ever live stream your creative build process, says Vipress? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I streamed it. I did it on a stream. That's like, when I'm saying that, I'm saying that to all the peeps who were there for the stream. Wow, that looks really different now that it's higher. Actually, it looks kind of awkward that you would walk up to that height and that would be the beginning of it. So let's say it's like here. That was 4, wasn't it? 5. I think I'm going to go with 5 instead of 6. It's like 5.5 or 6. Yeah, I think we'll go with 6. Or maybe, bit of an idea brewing. There are other ways to lay this stuff out, right? Like, you could have that, and then that, so you sort of walk into a corner. I wonder if I could do that on a bigger scale. There's also a possibility I'm massively overthinking everything here. I'll tell you what, if I put another pillar of this stuff here... Yes, that's the way to do it. Okay, I'll stick with what we got here. I think we'll have some illumination. Oh, I took my shroom lamps out. Well, we got a visitor. Oh yeah, that's something I got to deal with, right? And a quick and easy way to deal with it would be to put some fence gates here. I guess I need to get some turtle eggs and put like a turtle egg trap on the opposite side. But like, while I'm here AFK, that guy can technically like run in front and cause a bother. Do you know what? We should test this, because when I'm down here, they still might be able to shoot me. That is entirely a possibility. Right, so... what you looking at, buddy? Tell you what, you can get wrecked. Get wrecked. I'll put a torch down here in case something spawns. So do I want that there? I think no. Yeah, let's put this... let's put this back by 1. So if you look at the way that kind of transitions, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really nice. I like that. Let's keep it a bit open once you get in here, I think. That works for me. I actually think maybe not here, though. And here's another thing. Before I put that pillar in, you know, we're gonna want to wait around the back here, because we're gonna have a whole bunch of like hoppers and stuff pointing into them. just so we know where we're going. There's all of that. Right, and then this is here. Yeah, so they'll have some sort of block and then some sort of light, maybe 2 lights on them. Need a few more of these. I think it does need to have 6 rows. It'll balance out the room more. Well, the idea was to embrace things being a bit more organic. I feel like it's a really nice spread just like that. I feel like we've got it right, so okay. I'm not really feeling this. I mean, it might just be a case of needing a different material. Yeah, but essentially stairs are going to do something like this, right? That's kind of cool. And different as well. And then I reckon these should be about 3 high. Oh, God, it's going to get tricky, isn't it? Why don't you use tinted glass? The room seems a little too dark, says 10 Mars. I didn't want to use tinted glass just because, like, you don't have to use tinted glass. I like the lighting of the room. It's awesome. Spooky. Oh yeah, so little test. You can't shoot me. Maybe when I'm here? Dang, it can't shoot me at all. Great. That works very well. Okay, yeah, so this thing has like formed itself pretty well so far. What we need to do is figure out what material is the floor going to be and then grab more deep slate blocks. I feel like keeping it stone would be okay, or we could have it moss. I need to go drop off some materials, don't I, really? Did X have a non-creator job before becoming a YouTube? If yes, what did you do? I didn't work any creative jobs before I did YouTube. Grey wool. Grey wool would fit in well. It would. But I think I might go with moss in there, like moss and stone. So there's the other type of deep slate, we need that. Then we've got plenty here, probably too much really, to make slabs and all that sort of stuff. Let's just throw these into a corner. Then over here, I think we're pretty much done with any of those kind of materials. Might use a little iron in there, I don't know. Ooh. That might work for... Oh, that'll definitely... Okay, if we keep it... Yeah, that'll work for the ceiling. Then I wanted some shroom lights, which I've got somewhere in here. Did I put it in that one? Nope. There they are. Oh, it looks like I've split some of my valuables into here. And, while I remember, we've got extra bones. Stash away. You should use lichen. Yeah, a lichen in that room would look great, right? Looks good on the old deep slate. Right, and we've got a little bit of bones with us. So I think we've got what we need. X, when will you get your elytra? Maybe soon. I don't really need it yet, is what I've noticed. Don't actually need an elytra to get about. Like and subscribe. That's great. That's great. I like that one. Ed Network, thank you for... Wait, surely I read that out, right? There was an Evil X before it. I think I read it out, Eds. Eds, if I forgot, thank you for your support. Benny, thank you as well. Trooper Joe's here for 33 months. Welcome, Trooper Joe. And by the way, we've got 3,500 peeps tuning in. It's part of a Hermitcraft livestream weekend. You can go to livestream.hermitcraft.com and see when all the hermits are streaming. And did I say hit that follow button? I think I did. Ren is up with you in 25 minutes. And, yeah. Lost my own train of thought again. Right, let's get into it. Oh, I was supposed to get some mossy cobble. Dang it, let's go get the cobblestone mossy cobble. I know what I want to do with the floor, basically. Have you ever learned any sign language, X? Says Widdershins. I mean, does sticking up your middle finger count? That's technically sign language. No, is the answer. There we go. Hmm. Hydrate. That was me drinking some water right there. Needed to do it. Xisuma, I'm in class right now and your stream is more entertaining. That's not what I want to hear. You gotta focus on your education, please. One needs to be educated in life. Yeah, so just around this spot we'll bring in cobble, right? And then it will slowly transition until we got moss all the way in these spaces. I do think this would look better if the room were darker, funny enough. So then the next step is to have these in. Back here it's more like that, right? Does that work? I think it kind of works. There's just too much light. I think I'm going to change where the shroom lights are. In fact, we probably won't use them. Oh, there's also that. Oh, and we're going to have soul lanterns off of the ceiling. So, I'll tell you what I need now. I should have pre-crafted some stuff here to save some resources. It's not a big deal, though. So, some slabs, more stairs for the ceiling, and then this stuff, right? So, currently, as you look in, you don't really need a bunch of this, but I'm wondering, yeah, you always got to do that. So a few random blocks get changed. That's alright. Then it's about the ceiling. We're going to need that torch back for a minute. So up here at this level, we will go into the space of the stone a little bit. Let's try and create a bit of a guideline for that. And I kind of think I want to have it like pretty much always that. Yeah, that'll do. Or maybe not. Okay, right, get rid of that. Not using the sword. We want the stairs. We want... Why did I only make 6 stairs? Dang it. Iradian, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Sweet Sunny Dream 1, thank you for 5 months. Morning Sir Derpalot. I mean, there's been 0 derps today. What are you on about, Sir Derpalot? Fiending, are we? Gosh. Happy weekend to you all. Happy weekend to you. Arjun Matt 99, thank you for 30 months, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoy the stream. That's kind of working for me. That's kind of working. Let's put that there. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid just keeping it too sort of uniform and symmetrical and having it maybe sort of droop down a little bit over here, I guess. That's looking just about right. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Remember, we're trying to keep a bit more of an organic feel for this one. This music's just like completely enchanting and wonderful. Yeah, I think that works. Then what we're gonna do over here? How about we put that there? One of those. Yeah, that's totally got the vibe I'm looking for. I think we are gonna sort of close it off here, right? So that goes in. That's basically what I'm looking for. Now we've got to sort out the lighting, both here and before. So let's take these out. Dang, so slow. Xisuma, I like bread, says Monkey Boy. Good for you, Monkey Boy. Good for you. Right, we'll put in some of these blocks underneath each of the chests. Then there's going to be iron behind them, right? And then the light will come from somewhere back here. When I say iron, what I mean is hoppers. There will be hoppers. Banana bread, says Grandia Knight. Banana bread. I think have I ever had banana bread? I had Caribbean yesterday, and it had plantain with it, which is like deep fried banana, I think, which is quite nice. So yeah, let's say we put like our light sources just there for now. So when they reach the other side, okay, that's kind of all right. So now we need to get in these two. That'll add a little bit of light here and there. Ooh, we can't be having that. We can't be having that, can we? There we go. Get rid of that. Plug this up. What do you think of that, peeps? I think that's pretty cool. You could argue maybe this should be a bit more to the sides, so they don't kind of like break the line of sight with the chests. Yeah, I think there's a good shout for that. So, oh, that's a slab there. Okay. So I kind of want it just in this space, I think. Again, we might not end up using any chain now as it goes. They are at the same height. No, I think that works. I like that. Here's another thing. Oh, that doesn't work? Nope. Huh. Okay, so the light levels are all good in here. By a long shot as well. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Because, you know, you got all this vibe of the room, right? And then you're like, oh, well, that's, oh, look at all those chests. Dang. That's cool. How about a darker block behind the chests? Well, I got to put in the hoppers first. And after I've done that, then I'll assess what it looks like, essentially. That'll be for making hoppers later on. Where's my sword? It's already on me. Right, I just realised something. If items pop out of this thing and they land on the stair block, they don't actually get picked up by the hopper. do they? Because if they land on that bit, then the hopper can't reach it. This is probably one of those use cases where having a hopper minecart inside might help. Right, there you go. There you go. You just see the problem right there. Because we don't want to actually see the hopper. Not sure what to do about that. Not sure at all. Oh, like I just said, you want a hopper minecart somewhere here, I guess. Put a slab on the glass. No, we just got rid of that. I mean, what I could do... See, what I could do is... Right, if I go any closer to them, that thing is deactivated. There isn't like a half slab block here that could hide the hopper. Because I could have another hopper there and another birch... I mean, how bad is it that you see the hopper anyway? Also, I'll never get that back, will I? Oh, there it is. Okay. See, I was going to put a trapdoor here, but again, it has a ledge that will catch the items when they fall out. So really, what you want is the slab there, which I don't have on me. So the slab would like cover a bit of it. It's not the worst thing ever. I think I'll put a slab there then. Let's pick this thing up. So I'm going to bring one slab back and just leave it at that. You could put 2 item frames. I could put an item frame and a map. Yeah, I see what you're getting at now. Huh, that would be a very interesting solution. Girls of Doom, welcome to the stream. I watched Soul yesterday. Absolutely loved it. What a beautiful movie. I was so impressed with how, like, you know how, like, movies that are for kids and adults, they have jokes for adults and jokes for kids. I was amazed at how like deep, I guess you could say, a lot of the content was for like adults as well as kids. It was a really beautiful movie. Totally loved it. I'm going to put the mossy stuff in there, I think. Soul has some good jazz, says Bebop Beep. Yeah, it did. It's a cool movie. That's where I want the slab that I was talking about. I learned the word for that. They're called 4 corner films. Wait, which word? 4? That's one word. Okay. Eat some food. Dog Zor says, Xisuma, do you watch superhero stuff? If so, what's your favourite superhero? I don't really like the superhero concept. For me, like, when I watch those movies and they have powers, and like they battle it out, it's really weird because you don't know like what the consequences of those powers are, or like where the limits of them are, etc. So it feels like hard to be invested in characters when you don't know like what their limitations are and whatnot. So I like dramas and stuff more because you know that they're like a person like you are, and you know what the limits of being human is. That doesn't look so bad, really, does it? Then we got that one sand block which I didn't fix. I guess I'll fix that another time. Where did that sand block end up? I'm gonna fix it now because otherwise it will bug me. Apparently the new Batman is really good, says ManUCL. Yeah, of all of the superhero stuff, the Dark Knight trilogy and the new Joker movie, those are fantastic, but anything else I've seen really like Spider-Man and stuff doesn't do it for me. Again, it's just the whole like when you have a superpower, it just doesn't, I don't know. Like it happens in other movies as well, like in Star Wars, there's a scene where Princess, like one of the new movies, Princess Leia, like gets pushed out into the void of space, but then does this thing where she like sucks herself back in to the ship using the force. And like, the force is cool, but it does have its problems with like, well, how far can it go? What can you use it for? And but for the most part, like, they get it right and they make the movies fun and you understand the stakes. But there are moments like that where it's like, well, I didn't know you could do that, so it just seems a bit like over the top and whatnot. So so yeah, all the franchise Marvel stuff, it's just, I've seen some of it and it's like I can't like get into these characters because you don't understand their limitations, or you know, where their weaknesses are, right? Oh, the sand block was there the whole time. Well, there you go. Okay, so I need to put the sword back in the ender chest. We need to just chop some trees, I think, at the end here. I did make some notes for what we were gonna do. Yeah, we did some stuff, but we'll get some wood together, I think. Chop down some more logs. Force became a generic superpower, says Surprise T. I don't know, really. I don't know. Don't know what the history of that is. Like, was there anything quite like that before Star Wars? Probably. It usually is. It's just the way it's done in Star Wars. I really like. Except for that example of Princess Leia, right? Like, you can always handle that stuff poorly. I mean, there's examples of when it's handled poorly in like action movies, right? Like, some of the best action movies that I've enjoyed are when the characters like really take a beating. You know, when you see them suffer. Like, when you watch action movies and they like brush everything off, like a bit more of an emotional one, but like in Lethal Weapon and movies like that, they're just going around killing people and there's no like emotional weight. Like, they never seem to feel the burden of what they're doing, like killing all these bad guys. That happens in a lot of movies. But then there's like the physical burden, where like the action hero just takes the punches left, right and center, gets shot multiple times, and they just look like, oh, this is just normal, I can take this, I'm not in pain. That can sometimes like be pretty poor in the same way as well, where it's like, it's hard to connect with this character because they're just brushing off bullets and punches like it's nothing. So when you watch an action movie where like you really see the character suffer and take the pain, like that to me is always way more interesting. That's what I gravitate towards more, when they feel more real and human. Like Jackie Chan was always getting hurt, says Benny was here. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen a Jackie Chan movie. One of the appeals with Jackie Chan, though, is that he does his own stunts, right? Like, he's a martial artist and a stuntsman, and so that can be another angle that a movie can be good. So, you know, it's always different on each case, right? So, say you got a character in a movie who takes the punches and the bullets and the blows and never seems to be hurt, but if they're like doing some extraordinary martial arts stunts and the movie's entertaining, then it can work. Everything is always like, you know, you can't have just blanket rules for everything. It's always case by case. You might like John Wick. I did really enjoy John Wick, actually. Although I tend to not watch movies like that so much anymore. As when I was younger, I used to love, like, I don't know, violent movies and gore movies and stuff. And then I like sort of shooters. I used to play like Call of Duty. I just sort of became aware to the idea that like it was possibly desensitizing me to violence. So I decided to like stop playing those games and watching those sorts of movies. And then when I went and watched them again, I felt really different. And I feel like it definitely desensitized me to like violence and human suffering. Because these days I really choke up when watching like a movie with a lot of violence or like suffering in. Whereas when I was younger, it was all like, headshot, woo woo, and all this kind of stuff, just enjoying the violence for entertainment. can't really do that anymore. It tends to just be a bit much for me. What do you think about Lord of the Rings? I think that there are some lords and there are some rings, and it's a good movie. Or several movies. The first 3 were amazing, right? The follow-up 3, not very memorable. This new thing, I don't know. I'll bother to watch it. You know, it's just like... It's just going to be franchised now, I reckon. Right? Like... Those 3 movies will always be magic. But then, it's so difficult to top them. Alright, Ren's ready for the hando. Well, I got a few more minutes here, Ren. Let me just finish up what I'm doing here. Let's stop. Let's collect these saplings and apples. We've got no more noises in the ear. Before we pass it on, I'll tell y'all what I'm up to. So, on my main channel on YouTube, let's do the plugs. There we go. On my main channel on YouTube, I got a video coming out for you tomorrow about the LA mob, which we've actually already seen. But I've done a follow-up video where I've gotten into the code, the technical details, that kind of stuff, and done a full explainer, really, on what's going on with the LA. There was also an episode of Hermitcraft put out yesterday. If you missed it, be sure to go check it out. It was a good one. Liger, thank you for gifting a sub to Boggs Dollocks. What a username. Goodness me. Boggs, be sure to say thanks in the chat. And yeah, anyway, my channels are on the screen if you want to go check them out. I'll probably stream again tomorrow morning at the time that Ren is now streaming. So yeah, very likely I'm going to do that. But I did have something else planned that's probably not going to go ahead. So yeah, looks like I'll be doing that. Excuse me, mouth butt. Oh. Right, that's it then. Let's go raid Ren. So hit the follow button if you enjoyed today's stream. If you want to see the full schedule, go to livestream.hermitcraft.com. And right, yeah, a big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. As always, I appreciate all your support. Thank you to my patrons. Thanks to the peeps gifting subs. And I'll see you possibly again tomorrow. Okay, you can hit the raid button now. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.